Let us consider some properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Some properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Some properties goes like this one. First property is sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosec inverse of x, and x should be greater than equal to 1 or x should be less than equal to minus 1. Second property is cos inverse of 1 by x is equal to sec inverse of x. Here again x is greater than equal to 1 or x is less than equal to minus 1. Third property is tan inverse of 1 by x, and it is cot inverse of x, x greater than 0. Fourth property is sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. It is very important property. We will use many a times this property. It is within the domain, that is x belonging to minus 1 to 1. Now fifth property is tan inverse of x. Tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x is pi by 2, and here x should be belonging to the set of real numbers. For sixth, we have cosec inverse of x plus sec inverse of x is equal to pi by 2, and here mod of x should be greater than equal to 1. Now we have very important property, that is tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. And here we have one important constraint over there, that x y should be less than 1. Again we have eighth property, which is tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y should be equal to tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy, and it is xy greater than minus 1. Then we have ninth property. Ninth property is 2 tan inverse of x. 2 tan inverse of x is equal to sine inverse of, we need to write tan inverse of x. Whenever we need to write tan inverse of x in terms of sine inverse of x, we will need to use this formula. It is sine inverse of 2x upon 1 plus x square, and here mod x is less than equal to 1. Then we have property 10. It is 2 tan inverse of x. Again 2 tan inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, and x is greater than equal to 0 for the domain set. And for 11th we have 2 tan inverse of x. When we have to express in terms of tan inverse, there it will be 2x upon 1 minus x square, and here it is minus 1 less than x less than 1, to ensure that its value remains positive there. These are the properties which we will use while solving, proving or simplifying the things. There will be three kinds of questions. Besides those of getting principal values, we will have three more types of problems. One will be problem in which we will need to prove something, in which we will need to get the value, or in which we will need to write the simplest form for the given function. We will see them in a while. us consider this question. Show that tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 2 by 11 is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. How will we proceed here? We will write LHS is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 2, tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 2 by 11. Then we will apply the formula for tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y, and it will be tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus x into y. We can see its product is 1 by 11, that is 1 by 2 into 2 by 11 is 1 by 11, which is less than 1. So we can apply this formula and it is this one. Now we have the outcome of this is tan inverse of 22 will be the LCM in the numerator, and it is 11 plus 4, and then we have 22 minus 2 by 22. We have kept it, though we can cancel, but there is no point in cancelling it, because now we'll cancel 22 from both the sides, and it is tan inverse of 15 upon it is 20. So when we cancel it by 5, it will be 3 and it will be 4. So we have tan inverse of 3 by 4 proved is equal to RHS proved. Let us take another question. It reads, express tan inverse cos x upon 1 minus sin x minus 3 pi by 2 less than x less than pi by 2 in the simplest form. This is CBSE 2020 All India question. Now how will we proceed into it? We will write here solution. Let y is equal to tan inverse of cos x upon 1 minus sin x. Now we need to simplify it, as the question is to simplify. So we will use some formula there, some trigonometric formula will be applied there. Now cos x. For cos x, what can we write? We can write for cos x, we can write cos square x minus sin square x upon, now 1 minus sin x can be written as cos x minus sin x whole square. Now how can we write these cos x as cos square x minus sin square x, and how can we write cos 1 minus sin x as whole square of cos x minus sin x? We need to explain it. We will write here, since actually we have used cos 2 theta formula here. Formula for cos 2 theta is cos square theta minus sin square theta, and for when we replace theta by x by 2, we will get the formula for cos x. Like if we put here theta is equal to x by 2, we will get cos 2 into x by 2. 2 will cancel and we will get cos x, and it will be cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. So we have what here? It is formula for cos x. Now we will see how we have dealt with the denominator. Denominator is dealt like 1 minus sin x is there. Now 1 minus sin x is there, and in this 1 can be written as cos square x plus sin square x, and minus sin x can be written as sin 2 into x by 2, so that we can apply the half angle formula, and it is cos square x by 2. We can take any angle, but what we need to take care of, the angle we take must be same in both the cases, in the case of cos square and in the case of sin square. If angles are same at both the places, then their sum will be 1, and here it will be cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2 minus 2 into cos x by 2 and into sin x by 2. Sin x by 2. So we have a square plus b square minus 2ab. What is the formula for that? It is a minus b whole square. That's why we have written 1 minus sin x as cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 whole square. Here we need to write upon 2 in all the angles. We have used the formula for half angle, and now we have, this implies y is equal to tan inverse of, it is cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 into cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 and upon, it is cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 whole square. Now this square will cancel and it will give us y is equal to tan inverse of cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Now we will divide the numerator and denominator under the expression of tan inverse by cos x by 2. We will divide by cos x by 2 to obtain 1 here plus tan x by 2 upon 1 minus tan x by 2. As sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 is tan x by 2, here we need to write dividing numerator and denominator by cos x by 2. So we have divided numerator and denominator by cos x by 2. Now we will write this one as tan x by 2. We will leave this one as it is. Here we will introduce 1 and we will write it as tan pi by 4. We will write this one as tan pi by 4 so that it gives us some formula there. Tan pi by 4, it is tan x by 2 upon 1 minus, now this 1 can be written as tan pi by 4 into tan x by 2, and now it is formula for tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b is the formula for tan a plus b. So it is tan inverse of tan a is here pi by 4 plus b here x by 2. Now tan inverse and tan will cancel to give us pi by 4 plus x by 2, and which is the simplest form. So we will write here which is the required simplest form. Let us take another question. Here we have to write cot inverse of 1 upon root under of x square minus 1 x greater than 1 in the simplest form. To solve it, we will first of all write it, let y is equal to cot inverse of 1 upon root under of x square minus 1. Now we will put something so that it gets reduced to some trigonometric form. This is simplifying type question, and the previous question we have attempted was also writing expressing the given expression in the simplest form. Then what is the difference between them? Can you understand this? Understand the difference between these two questions? There is a difference between them, as in the previous question we had trigonometric function inside the bracket there, but here it is what? It is an algebraic function here. So we need to put something and then get it reduced to the trigonometric form. So, and then by applying some trigonometric transformations and formulas, we will get reduced it to the simplest form. So we will put here what? What will we put here? For x square minus 1, we can put two trigonometric ratios. One is sec theta and another is cosec theta. So we will go with sec theta, the first one. Put x is equal to sec theta. So we need to get the value of theta as well, which we will use at the end when we get it simplified. And now we have y is equal to cot inverse of 1 upon root under of sec square theta minus 1. And what is sec square theta minus 1? It is tan theta. So we have root under of tan square theta. Now root under and square root and square will cancel to give us y is equal to cot inverse of 1 by tan theta, and 1 by tan theta is cot theta. So we have cot inverse of cot theta. So we have theta there, and for theta we have got the value sec inverse of x. So y is equal to sec inverse of x, and it is the simplest form. No further simplification is possible. So we will write which is the required simplest form. Which is the required simplest form. Simplest form. So in this session we have discussed three important questions, and in a while we had discussed the important concepts involved for this chapter, properties of inverse trigonometric functions, and we will remember them like a formula, and we need not to remember all of them. When and as and when you will practice them, you will get acquainted with those formulas, and it will be at your fingertips. I feel there will be no problem, as trigonometric formulas are at your fingertips. The inverse trigonometric formulas will also be at your fingertips. So there will be no problem. And in this way we have completed the second chapter, inverse trigonometric functions, and in the next session we will discuss some very important questions which are from the previous year questions, which board examination. I have selected some questions from the previous years, mostly the current one, that is from 2020 and from 2019. I have selected 10 questions. We will discuss them in the next session, and please, again the same request I want to make, that is, please like, share and subscribe. Subscription is necessary. It will increase our bonding, and don't worry about the paper. If you want and you have a desire to get 100 marks, and you can put extra effort there, I am always with you, and I will always with you. I will be there. You must feel free to ask me any query, and you can put queries in the comment box, or you just need to write the question number and the exercise from which you have some problems. We will definitely discuss it in the next possible session. So there will be no problem, but please like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.